Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alex here. I just wanted to jump in and do another video about, I guess, a month and a half since everything started getting cooked up from the September helpful content update. So as you can see here, this is one of my niche sites that got absolutely smoked by the update. I surprisingly have a few other sites that, well, most of my other sites made it through, but this one got absolutely decimated. We kind of peaked here in, when is this? August, with almost 600 clicks. And then by, well, as of now, we're getting about a quarter of that at, you know, as little as 100 clicks, which is worse than a quarter. But yeah, so I've kind of let the site simmer for a while. I haven't touched it. As you can see here, I have a lot to update, and I will just check the posts in a moment once the plugins are updated. But basically what I wanted to go through in this video is what I'm going to be doing to recover from this, why I think it's going to work, and basically the 5 kind of main things you need to be focusing on if you do want to recover your website from Google's helpful content update. So basically this was Google's, there was a spam update, I think, or a broad core update just in the middle of October. But the helpful content update was just, its aim was just to reward Google users, website visitors with better content. Google has determined, based on their ratings, whether websites have helpful content or not. So basically, if the user experience was garbage, if your site was garbage, or if it was just deemed not to provide helpful content, you probably got absolutely smoked. So the goal of this video is just to go through kind of the 5 main areas, or I guess 4 main areas where I think we can recover these sites, and hopefully some strategies you can use as well. So last time I posted was September 17th, so right as and then before that, August, before that, July. So as you can see, there was not really a whole lot of content being updated on the site. We have 329 pages. And as you can see here, like I showed you guys, we've just kind of bottomed out. So I think now is a good time. Now is a good snapshot to start. So basically, kind of like the 4 or 5 main things of recovering from an update are just going to be basic on-page SEO, right? So you want to optimize your on-page SEO. I'm pretty sure I've neglected that. It's going to take me a while to figure all that out as I go through the pages, which I'll show you how in a minute. You also want to be reviewing your content and your keywords, right? So you want high quality, helpful content. Now that is a really broad term, but we can just go view a few pages on the site, and I can tell you right now that it's probably not that high quality. And some of these aren't even that relevant, but yeah. So high quality, you have to think. Google wants to provide its users with an answer for what they're looking for immediately. It should be relevant, it should be useful, it should be practical. You can't just be completely bullshit, right? And this post, thanks to Doing Dia, I mean, come on guys. These headings aren't even headings, right? Is this a helpful piece of content? I don't even know what happened here. Absolutely not. Obviously, this is AI content. Just because it's AI content doesn't mean it's not helpful. But this post, for example, has no images, no links, no helpful tips, literally nothing, right? Very few links. The post itself is just not great at all. No author information, right? There's nothing about the author. Yeah, just a very poor quality post. The next post, Best Pizza in Moncton. Let's see. Again, very little information. This is probably, it's a very short post. Again, it's not helpful. This is not a helpful piece of content. I mean, sure, Google's going to have their own results for this, but somebody that is looking for a very specific blog post is not going to find this helpful. There's no reviews. There's no real user information. This is a completely garbage post. And in fact, it probably got absolutely smacked by the update. Let's just double check here. Okay, not bad actually. But you can see around September, impressions kind of fell off and average position took a bit of a drop, but that's not really a heavy hitting post. And then is Moncton a good place to live? Again, not really a good post. It's formatted terribly. There's very little actionable, practical information. So just three random ones off the top, off just from the post page, are very clearly not great content. You can see right around September there, things dropped off, no more clicks, and while the position stayed the same, just Google's not displaying it the same as it was. It could have even lost a featured snippet. So three pieces of content that need to be updated and fixed immediately across 300 and whatever many blog posts. The other thing you're going to want to do, so I think this is number 3, is just remove unhelpful content. So your first step should be improve content that's not helpful or currently not helpful. If it's not helpful at all, if it's just completely garbage content, just remove it and focus on creating new content. And then another thing that I kept coming across while reading the website, while looking up helpful content update, is the EEAT. So basically, you want to have expertise and authority. You need to have, the website needs to seem like it's written by a real person, right? I mean, I'm a real person. I've been to New Brunswick. So for me to fix that, I'm going to add an author box. I'm going to include a link to my Instagram profile and just describe myself as a passionate traveler. And for example, right now, it's probably a terrible about page with no authority or expertise. Yeah, I mean, this is just garbage, right? My photo's not even here. There's not even actually a bottom menu. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, this site is that a period in the, no. Anyways, this site is obviously not at all providing too much helpful content, but has a lot of opportunity to be improved. So yeah, you basically want to make sure that the website seems like it's written by real people. I mean, beyond that, it's going to be very difficult to rank currently. And like I said, that's based on Google's EEAT principles, which is expertise, authority. What are the other two? Expertise, authority, experience, and trustworthiness. Right. So I have the authority. I've been to New Brunswick. I've traveled there many times. Have the expertise. With the link, with the Instagram, with everything, with the photo, there's a trustworthiness, and you can only hope that's going to change how things are going to turn out for this. So basically, what I would recommend for any sites, any bigger sites that got absolutely smashed by the helpful content update, is to do this: is go to your Google Search Console, and if you don't have Google Search Console, you could use Analytics, Google Analytics, but with Search Console, it's going to be a lot easier. And maybe about a month and a half ago. So basically what I would do is, instead of a custom date that's a pain in the ass, I would just do, but the website's been growing for a while. Let's actually see how long the data is good for before we apply this. Yeah, we have some good growth there. So basically what I would do is go to compare and compare the last, or let's just actually do a custom one. Custom. So compare from right after the update, which was what, September, let's say 12th. To now, and I'll do the previous period. And we'll see here very obviously what's happened to the site. What are we comparing? No, this didn't work. Anyways, yeah, just do what I said. Do the last 3 months over the previous 3 months, and you can see for the, I don't want year over year. Sorry guys. There we go. This is the one I want. Okay, so for the last 3 months, over the previous 3 months, we did have some upward growth, but still you can see already, and again, this is not going to work. Let's just do last 28 days. This is the best one. Yeah, all right, so for the last 28 days, right, you see 3.84 clicks. Before that, it's almost, 2/3 of a drop, impressions drop. What's interesting to me is the position didn't drop that much. So that's very interesting. But you can see even click-through rates, impressions, and clicks especially dropped huge. So despite ranking the same, Google has introduced more ads into the results, but we're just not getting clicks for the content. What you want to do now is export this content, export this all this data, right? CSV. Let me just pause to make a sheet. So from the Search Console export, you just take the pages CSV, and then from here, you just format the sheet to make it easier to, can I move this? Yes, I can. To make it easier to navigate. And then from here, what we really want is the clicks difference, right? So you just have to find which of these is the right, no, that's not what I want, this one. Yeah, so basically what we want here is clicks, right? Last 28 days, previous 28 days clicks. The impressions is fine too. You can delete everything else. And this is going to give you the framework of where to start improving your content from. It's going to give you the biggest drops. I would work up from the bottom up. So from like the least worst, or yeah, the least impacted ones, just because you'll get the quickest wins there, I think, and then work your way up to the top. Keep in mind some of them are going to be seasonal depending on your site, but this is a great way to do it. So basically, we just want to make a new column, right, with the drop or difference, right? Let's add that here. And then what you do is, so last 28 days versus previous 28 days. So you want D2, right? Minus E3. No, E2. I'm retarded. Boom. Autofill. Last 28 days, previous 28 days. Yeah, that's right. So from here, now you have the difference in impressions at least. Which of your pages saw the biggest drops overall, right? And then from this list, I can now see which of these pages I have the biggest drops from and where you can start working from. Now you could start working from the top, right? And you also want to look for themes in the content that was hit. You could start working from the top. I would start at the very bottom, and you can see so many pages got hit, man. All right, so almost every single page, right? And a lot of these are going to be images and blog pages, which you can just get rid of. But for the sake of this, let's start at the very top. My biggest drop was on the, and even the clicks too, right? One of the biggest drops was on the pros and cons of living in New Brunswick. Now let's take a look at this and see how it can be improved. So it hasn't been, it's over 2 years old at this point, right? Every year there are more people moving to Canada. Again, there's not really any photos in this. The formatting is weird. What's the best place to live? Huge paragraphs, and it's kind of short, right? So from here, you just want to go through and just start analyzing all these posts to see what you can improve. Of course, add the author page first, which I will do after this video. And then from there, you just want to start working your way through each of these and finding out if it's seasonal or not, and what you can do to the page to improve it. Right, so is Moncton colder than Toronto? This could be seasonal, right? But just for example, again, huge blocks of text, no links, really poor quality post, right? Are there poisonous spiders? Just not terrible, but again, no author box. It's just kind of no images, nothing, right? Like, what is this number formatting? It's a really bad quality post. So going through the posts, you'll be able to quickly tell whether or not, it's helpful content. And most of this is not helpful. Like, no wonder this page got smoked, right? What is this? Anyways, yeah, you can obviously see that there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the site. There's a few hundred pages that I'm going to need to update. But basically what I'm going to do starting today is go through each of these posts and start making updates. Now I will work from the spreadsheet and make note of what I've changed, word count, whatever. Probably do a few per day, and then I'll probably, if I remember, to revisit in a month or so, just to see how things are going with the actual content HCU. So yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. Again, the site was smoked, and what you want to do, manually go through every single post on the site, whether you use Screaming Frog or even just on the site, or just using a Google Sheet, export from Search Console or Analytics. Start going through all those posts, right, and see why it's not ranking. Do a competitor search on Google. Look why. Like, for example, let's see what the search for poisonous spiders looks like in New Brunswick. Poisonous spiders in New Brunswick. Right, what comes up? Cora comes up. Again, I've seen this quite a bit. And there's me. Okay, well, that could be, I'm not sure why that is. But let's look up this one, gifting a vehicle in New Brunswick. So why that post saw such a huge drop? Probably because I was in the featured snippet and now Cora's there. And I probably have one of these or I might have one of these. No, I don't. And these are not even in the blog post, right? Gifting a vehicle in New Brunswick. You got ads, you got 4 or 5 ads, Government of New Brunswick site, and me. Again, I probably have lost the featured snippet, but again, a lot of room for improvement for those posts. Solely by improving those posts, you'll have added keywords, right? You'll have more semantic relevance. The posts are going to show up for more searches. You're going to start getting those featured snippets back. Assuming the content is high quality, assuming you add that author box and the EEAT, all you can do is try, right? For a site like this, it's worth trying. And if I can make some changes on this site, it's going to be worth it, right? So again, just to recap, guys, go through the content. Is it helpful or not? Make sure it's relevant to the niche. You don't have to worry so much about silos and stuff, I don't think. And make sure it's relevant, updated. You have the author box, everything. You don't want to have copied content. Make sure it's formatted properly, images, internal links, external links, everything like that. Assuming you do all that right, that's going to work getting the site back on track after getting smashed by the helpful content updates. But we'll see on this site, for example, how things go. As always, you guys, thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and we'll see you in the next video.